I believe Kerryon Johnson can be an MVP candidate next year under Darrell Bevell, and I'm gonna tell you why in 1 second. Motor City Sports Talk, me in the building. Once again, I appreciate everybody for checking in, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell icon button, and yeah, we working, man. We drop one more video. At least have y'all 2 videos today, man. I try to accommodate the channel as much as possible so you have content to listen to at work or, at home or whatever it may be, like cleaning up. So hopefully everybody liking the longer videos as well. But I say I like the higher Darrell Bevell, and a lot of people, like Mike Valenti, he gonna smash anything or hate on anything the Lions do, and naturally, yeah, because they don't get it right over the last 100,000 years. They haven't got it right. So at the end of the day, I'm not knocking it. I just like him. I like his philosophy. You know what I'm saying? I like his philosophy, and his philosophy is it fits what Matthew Stafford needs. It fits what the Detroit Lions need as an offense. And guess what? It's going to make Kerryon Johnson a hell of a player. The only question I do have about his philosophy is that he's never really had a receiving back like Kerryon Johnson. You know what I'm saying? That's my only issue is how he's going to use Kerryon Johnson in the receiving game. And he had AP and Marshawn Lynch. I may skip over some few guys that he had, but just off the memory, I don't remember him having guys that had the receiving ability of Kerryon Johnson. I think that's going to be key. I think Kerryon could be headed to MVP type season next year, not Matthew Stafford under Darrell Bevell. And will Stafford get mad if you don't get his stats? So be it. Cry. You had 10 years to go up there and get your stats and prove something. I think Darrell Bevell hire makes Kerryon Johnson, whoever his running mate is, the star of the show. You know what I'm saying? I think he could do everything that Theo Riddick, LeGarrette Blount, Zenner could do in one and some, So, the reason I like to hire so much for the fit of Kerryon Johnson, to Kerryon Johnson to prove, because this is a experienced offensive coordinator, box checked. This is a guy who knows how to run the ball, regardless. You want to say Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, and whoever else he had over the years, he knows how to run the ball. And what he knows how to run the ball with lesser offensive line. So he didn't have a Dallas Cowboy wall offensive line, from the 90s. He didn't have the best tools because the Seahawks don't believe in investing into offensive linemen. They believe in developing them. You know what I'm saying? And bringing in a veteran and patchwork. So he's going to have a couple things that he ain't had in Seattle. A good offensive line, a fresh young running back. So he's going to be able to, get Kerryon north and south, stretch it out. And I want to see how he's going to use Kerryon in the receiving game. That's going to be my deciding factor if Kerryon Johnson going to have a MVP type season next year. The receiving game and his durability. You know what I'm saying? I think he need to add some weight on his body, but he's physically strong. You know what I'm saying? So just add weight on just to take hits and just staying healthy. You need a dash of luck. An MVP type of season. And obviously, if he's an MVP candidate, the Lions are doing well. The defense is doing well. He's running the ball. And if they can, because if nothing else this dude brings to the table is a run game and play action, pretty much that's all you pretty much need to win the Super Bowl. Real talk. Offensively. You don't need to go out there 5 wides and be Brady, or you need to go out there and be Peyton Manning. Sometimes you need to be Peyton Manning was in this last year. That's the guy that just managed the game. And if Stafford has got to be a $30 million game manager, so be it. But Kerryon Johnson is going to have a hell of an opportunity next year with Darrell Bevell. I think he's salivating. And maybe, while he was out, he had some little nuances. But my only question, the reason this wouldn't work is because of between him and Kerryon, is because he wouldn't know how to utilize Kerryon Johnson out the backfield as a receiver. The Lions didn't feature that last year. Pretty much that role went to Theo Riddick. And he didn't get an opportunity to showcase what he can do. The Lions pretty much underutilized him a ton, not even just in usage rate. They underutilized his tools coming out the backfield. He could put his foot in the dirt and make a cut on the option route or across the middle on a Texas route, or he could run the real route up the sideline. He could do a lot of things that a lot of these great receiving backs can do in the NFL right now. He can do what Todd Gurley do. He could do what Le'Veon Bell can do. Or did with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He can catch that ball out the backfield, and Darrell Bevell will take advantage of that because when he had Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, they weren't known for that. So you got to be able to use this guy in multiple ways, but I look for the run game, and maybe I'm optimistic here. I look for the run game to take a humongous step forward. I look for Kerryon to really be getting it in. You know, I look for somebody that knows actually how to run the ball. He don't need an offensive run game coordinator. Now, if this guy come here and over the years, this next year, and he can't run the ball still, then it must just be a curse on the Lions not being able to run the ball. But we've seen the groundwork. We might have 2 openings on the right side of the field on our line, like I said. And like I said, man, if he come here and run the ball, you ain't gonna need all those special receivers. You good at receiver right now, because what he do is he get north and south with his run game, and then you'll be able to get Kerryon Johnson on the edges when they start pressing the A gaps or sitting the A gaps. You get him on the edge. You can do the screen game with him. You could do the wheel route, Texas route, out the backfield to the flats. You can do the Texas route. You could do the option route. You can do so many things with him out the backfield that you ain't gonna need a lot of special receivers. You need a receiver that can get vertical. You got 2 in Jones and Galladay, like they had in Seattle with Baldwin and Golden Tate. But Jones and Galladay, in my opinion, are bigger body receivers and just as athletic. Probably not they probably not the route technicians that Doug Baldwin was. And then you need a tight end that can really box people out and win one-on-ones. You know, it don't have to be complex. It don't have to be 5 rods, drop back 3, 4, 5-step drops, dunk it off, or chuck it down the field. Stafford gonna have huge windows because of the running game. So you ain't got to fit him in tight windows, and he gonna have one-on-ones once the Lions run the ball. Now, if the Lions can continue to solve rushing the passer and stopping the run, and they can get a middle linebacker that can thump in the middle, the Lions gonna be improved next year, man. Because Matt Patricia, truth be told, he had that defense on the up and up. They was getting it together. They was learning his philosophy. Do your job. That's Bill Belichick's one of his first things. Do your job. You know, and that's all you got to do. You play the A gap. Okay, that's your gap. Don't play the B gap. Don't try to stunt and do something else and play another gap. Do your job. And once you come in there and do your job, you know, everybody do your job. You got enough talent. Then the run game started to work. Run stopping game started to work for them. They stopped the run. Now you got Jerry Davis on the outside. You ain't got to worry about him in the middle, falling and tripping and getting blocked over. You got real big physical linebacker like a Devin White or a Devin Bush, and they could thump in the middle and they can cover and they can just play their part. And then you move Davis to the outside and he could do what he do. He can't hurt you in the middle like that no more. You know, you got Diggs and you got Tracy Walker that can grow together back there. Woo. You know what I'm saying? That look good. And you got to get you a veteran cornerback, like I said, and draft you a developmental quarterback just in case Tease Tabor and Mike Ford don't work out as developmentals, or as Agnew don't come back the same in the nickel, or he never really get the nickel. But as far as, you know, this marriage right here, I think this has something to do to be special. But you know, with the Lions, you never know. You know what I'm saying? It looks special when camp and somebody get injured or Darrell Bevell start freezing up in games. It's just that you really don't want to get too high. But just knowing that Kerryon is going to be utilized the right way next year if he's healthy, along with whatever running back they choose to get to run with him. Maybe it be Blunt, Theoretic stay, or maybe they just run with a 2-headed monster and Kerryon and Zach Zenner. But it's excitement. Already, it's excitement. I'm sorry. Because it's not about Darrell Bevell being his hot shot name and, oh, nobody else talking about Darrell Bevell. It's about the fit. The fit. What were the Lions weak at, you know, over the last 20 damn years? Running the ball. What is he good at? Running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Did he have the best line in Seattle? No, he didn't have the best line. You know what I'm saying? So he understands how to get north to south and run the ball. So that's the main thing I like about it. You turning Stafford into a game manager. I love it. You know, I love it. But Motor City Sports Talk, hopefully you enjoyed this conversation. Once again, I want to thank everybody that subbed to my channel, support my channel. Just thank you again, man. We're going to continue to push it, man, no matter who hating, who trying to stop it, man. Really, I don't pay attention to what a lot of other people do on this channel, man. I got, other stuff going on. But once again, I enjoy people hating on my channel, doing videos and giving me free promo. But appreciate the love to all the subs once again. Make sure you check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well. Also, you can check us out in my email as well. If you got a question, business inquiry, video request, you want to make a donation to the channel, that link's always there. You can do me one better, do it. The best thing is to share the videos across social media with people who love Detroit sports talk and everything Detroit. Motor City Sports Talk, your boy CJ Goodfellow. One time for the one time. We grinding. Closing out tonight. We'll be back with more talk tomorrow. And probably some Piston talk. I think they got the win today. Not sure.